Okay, friends, welcome to the next set of discussions, the Economics for Everyone series. We have started with discussion of economics for everyone, economic systems. We have discussed how the various schools of thought processes influenced this broad economic systems, with a definition of what we call it as economic system in broadly is can be a means by which government organize and distribute available resources, services and goods across geographic regions and region and country. um, Economic system regulate the factors of production including land, capital and labor, like what we saw depicted circular flow. It could be free enterprise or laissez-faire system, socialist economy or mixed system, the way in which the uh, economy is being run. Okay, uh, so we talk about how they influence almost every individual's life, society at large. That's what we discussed it. uh, an economic system can be considered as a part of the social system, as we discussed how we influence society and hierarchy equal to the law system, political system, cultural and so on. Actually, if you see the history of the world, to a larger extent, the economic issues majorly affect the way in which the world works. The political system, the legal system, attune itself to the prevailing economic system. As we see in many countries, um, the the larger ideology influence the political legal decisions with a strong cultural impact. So there is often strong correlation between ideologies, political systems, certain economic systems. The broad economic system can be briefly defined as capitalism, socialism, mixed economy. Capitalism generally features the private ownership of means of production, capital, and the market economy for coordination. And socialist economic system, all of which feature social ownership of means of production. So basically, the capitalism involves private means of production of uh, ownership. That is, the means of production are owned by the private people or individuals for profit purpose. And as you see from the history of classical school thought process and socialist economy and communist economy, to larger extent, the means of production are owned by the state, the government, as they follow the philosophy of the socialism. As you can see in countries like China and many other countries, a large tract of wealth, resources are owned by the government, which is governed by the Communist Party of China. Mixed economy, like the classic example is India, one of the first country to follow. Theoretically, it may refer to an economic system that combines one of the three characteristics of public and private ownership of industry, market-based allocation with economic planning, and or free markets with the state intervention. All the characteristics of public-private ownership, market mechanism, and economic planning, free market and state intervention can are allowed to play a role, like in the Indian context. Each one of the systems has their own merits and demerits, as we discuss it. Generally, socialism or command economy, the features are social ownership of means of production, government control, and central planning. Capitalism, the some of the features are individual freedom, consumer sovereignty, private property. Theoretically speaking, to continue with the features of socialism, it's society based on equality, social welfare, classless society, equitable distribution of income. To continue the features of capitalism, price mechanism and competition, self-interest and personal profit motive, laissez-faire policy, less government intervention, absence of central planning. And the features of socialism, the some of the merits and demerits as we discuss, it is perceived to be supposed to be maximizing social welfare, sectoral balance, equitable income distribution, and full employment. In terms of capitalism, it could be automation, freedom and choice for the consumers, um, the influence of or the presence of private property and discouraging inefficiency in the system. These are some of the merits. Okay, and demerits across, as in any case, both capitalism, socialism, the assumptions are not always valid. In socialism, the misuse of power can result in corruption, inefficiency. There's so much of government intervention, bureaucracy, and planning for all sectors could be complicated, could be rigid. Um, you can't plan for the whole nation every point of time, could result into challenges. Uh, Due to absence of private profit, there is no incentive to increase production. That could be a case, and planning involves huge expenses. Against this, the demerits of capitalism are the wastage, assumptions are always not valid, absence of competition. A monopoly company can dominate. Instability, a lot of volatility. We see factors like business cycle are more prominent in market mechanism. The upward and downward movement of frequent movement of economies. Inequalities of income and wealth, a huge inequality persists. Society based on different economic class, and as it is driven hugely by self interest. This is one issue. One thing is, as we say, when I say assumptions are not valid, you should understand that whatever theoretically we stated, merits and demerits and features, in reality, in many forms across both the socialistic, capitalist, mixed economic country, they are more often a mixed format. They are not at least strictly perfectly followed in the current present real world context. That's what I can say. Hence, we go to the next one, mixed economy. As we discussed, they follow all the major ideas of market intervention, central planning, role for public and private sector, and so on. So the major part of the economy, namely private sector, is allowed to function on the principles of free enterprise or free market system within the broad political economic policy framework. The other part of the economy, public sector, is organized, managed along the socialist pattern. The public sector is created by reserving certain industries, trade, service, and activities for government control and management. So you have the both regulated economy and economy driven by what you call as a price mechanism, like in the classic case of India, as I told you, and some other countries. So majorly we have economic types. We say command economy, socialist economy, market economy, mixed economy, originated from the olden version of what you call traditional economy, agrarian economy. That's where the evolutionary ideas of or revolutionary ideas of capitalist, socialist also evolved. And slowly this traditional economy now bifurcated into broad three categories. There are many ways you can subcategorize, but these are the broad categories. Okay. Thank you. We'll meet in the next discussion.